Hi, my name is Ajare. Welcome to the channel. If you're new here, I often go into my Akashic records and ask questions or have them talk about things that people are curious about. Today's topic is around how there really is no spiritual hierarchy. And so I can't wait to hear what they have to say. I'm going to go ahead and dial in and see what they have to say. So what they're showing me is, and oftentimes the guides, they like to speak in metaphors or kind of give you a visual to follow along. And so the way I see it is like there's a whole bunch of human beings on this conveyor belt. And not that we're created on a conveyor belt, but it's just a metaphor. And I can see it's like there's like a little diamond, and it's almost like the old trolls that used to have the little jewels in their belly. It's basically that there's a big hand and it's like installing this little diamond in everybody that's coming across the conveyor belt. And what they're saying is that we all have this same shared piece of God, infinity, universal consciousness, whatever you want to say, within us. And everybody has that same, it's like a 1 carat diamond. Everybody has like a 1 carat diamond. Nobody has a 5 carat diamond and another person a 1/4 carat. Everybody has a 1 carat diamond. And so the message behind this is that we all have the exact same potential. Like as human beings, as pieces of the greater collective, as drops in the ocean, as whatever you want to call it, we are all equal as far as we all have that 1 carat diamond within us, right? And so this isn't about what this lifetime looks like for us. It isn't about what maybe we came here to work through or how we showed up, or maybe, there's so many things that could influence what this lifetime looks like for us, how we show up, how in tune with our diamond we are. But we all have the potential to be perfectly tuned back to that diamond, to that infinity, to that collective consciousness, to God. And so it's not about, so where the hierarchy becomes, and what the reason they've been pushing me, I kind of resisted doing this video because I don't know why I resisted it, to be honest with you, because it's something that I believe is that we're kind of all the same and that we all have the same limitless potential. But for some reason I thought maybe it wouldn't land, or I don't know what I thought, but they kept pushing me to do it. So I'm like, okay, fine. And the reason that they feel like it's really, really important to say this message is, number one, that they really want us to start dialing into our own diamond as opposed to outsourcing. And so that's number one. And number two is that it's really, really easy, especially in the spiritual world. And even the word spiritual, it gives me pause, and it gives them less pause because they're not hung up on words, but it lends itself to hierarchy as well, because spirituality and ascension and all the things, and enlightenment and awakening and all those things, they have a hierarchical tone to them. And the reason they wanted me to do this video is because they want to caution us all on, number one, outsourcing our inner diamond to someone else and putting anyone on a pedestal who is human as well. Everybody's here who is human. And secondly, it's about, on some level, when we outsource that or we idolize someone else, then we ourselves do not feel worthy on some level to be that limitless potential. And so that's what they hope for all of us to dissolve, is that concept that we are not worthy to be fully in touch with our own diamond. Does that make sense? And we are. There is this concept of perfection, and there's even this expectation that oftentimes we place on our spiritual leaders to be perfect. And it's because our concept of God or universal consciousness or the infinite consciousness, whatever you want to call it, is perfection. And so we believe that the only way that we can connect with that is to be perfect ourselves, and or we expect the people who we believe are somehow closer to achieving that to be perfect, because that's the only way that them being connected to their diamond is true, is if they're perfect too, right? And so there's this attachment to perfection around all of this. And so when they say there's no hierarchy, what it means is that we all have the same exact potential to be fully connected back to our diamond. And no one person has like a smaller carrot, like they said earlier. And so I think that's actually a really great message, is that all of our diamonds are the same size, and no one person is I want to say closer to the destination, but this is not really about that. This is about the potential to be. Like, everybody has the same potential to be. Nobody is perfect. And so this is, first of all, around not placing people on kind of a false pedestal. And furthermore, this is also about realizing that you yourself deserve to be on a pedestal, and not in a hierarchical way, again, but it's more about recognizing the limitless potential in yourself, the fact that you do have that diamond within you. And it's really about recognizing that in yourself and not being bothered about other people's situation, right? And so I think they really just wanted to talk about this because, especially as things unfold over the next 10, 20 years, as people explore the concept of, and I'll call it spirituality because it's the best word I have for it, but the concept of spirituality and connection to source energy, as they do that, they're going to want to have mentors and, you know, people who are guiding them, or gurus, or whatever it is. And the point is that you can have someone who helps you see the potential that you have in yourself, but the moment that you sense that what is running that person is ego and hierarchical standards, then they just want to caution you around that. Because the person's still human, they may still be very well connected to source, but it's just something that you want to be cautious of, because what we want to do is to stop perpetuating the misconception that the only way to be worthy of connecting with God or universal consciousness or the infinite is to be perfect, because that is not true. We already are all of those things inside. We already have the diamond. And so this is mostly a kind of cautionary guides of just being really discerning about who you idolize. And secondly, remembering that you already have the diamond, you already have that limitless potential, and you have it just the same as the person next to you or even the person who you've put on the pedestal. And so I hope this helps, and I hope you're having an amazing day. Take care.